Have you ever wondered why you can't stop thinking about that one person? It could be a crush, an ex, or even someone you don't really know. They seem to have established a permanent home in your mind. Constant mental cameos that you didn't agree to, no explanation, no eviction notice. As it happens, there is more to this than a random malfunction in the operating system of your brain. According to one of psychology's brightest minds, Carl Jung, it's no coincidence when someone persistently appears in your thoughts. Indeed, it may be among the most significant indicators of self-awareness. What exactly is happening here then? Is it affection, obsession, or perhaps something more profound that not even you know about? We're about to explore the crazy world of Jung's beliefs, so fasten your seatbelt. The mysterious power of synchronicity, the shadow, and the projection of anima and animus. By the end, you may have a completely different perspective on that individual, or perhaps you'll come to the conclusion that it has nothing to do with them. Before we dive in, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment, "I subscribe," and I'll personally welcome you into the family. Jung's theories. Carl Jung once said, "Who looks in, awakens. Who looks out, dreams." According to him, the human mind resembles a maze with secret tunnels that lead to treasures of self-discovery. However, the majority of us never venture into these shadowy areas. Rather, we remain on the surface, occupied with our everyday activities, while our unconscious mind silently puts in extra hours. Jung thinks it's more than a coincidence when someone keeps coming up in your mind. It's a wake-up call from the unconscious. Think of your thoughts like an iceberg. Everything you know is the tip. Your memories, emotions, and thoughts. But the huge invisible piece beneath the water, your unconscious, is that. And you know where the majority of the action takes place. Down there. That is the location of your suppressed urges, unresolved feelings, and concealed anxieties. Therefore, when someone continues coming up in your thoughts, it's usually because they've set off a deep-seated unconscious reaction. Consider it. Perhaps something they said struck a chord with an old recollection, or perhaps they represent what you aspire to be. These aren't accidents, Jung said. They are signals. However, this does not imply that you will always be plagued by them. It just indicates that it's time to listen to what your mind is telling you. The theory of shadows. Get to know your shadow. Jung defines the shadow as everything about you that you've suppressed, rejected, or ignored, because it doesn't suit your ideal self-image. It's not what you see on the sidewalk. Rather, it's the aspect of your psyche that you prefer not to accept. This is when things start to get interesting. The persons that remain in your memory could be your disguised shadow. Let's say you secretly battle self-doubt, but you respect someone's confidence, or perhaps you've disregarded your own creativity, which is why you're pulled to theirs. On the other hand, someone may be the source of your ire because they exhibit characteristics such as impulsivity or arrogance that you are unwilling to acknowledge you possess. According to Jung, our interactions with other people frequently reflect our interactions with ourselves. A component of your shadow may be asking for attention. When someone consumes your thoughts, your unconscious seems to be saying, "Hey, do you recall me? We must speak." Realizing this can have significant effects. Asking yourself, what part of me are they reflecting, will help you stop worrying about why you're thinking about them. And how can this help me grow? You shouldn't be afraid of the shadow. It's worth investigating. Because, as Jung sagely observed, enlightenment is achieved by making the darkness conscious, rather than by visualizing forms of light. Anima, animus, the inner relationship. Right now, let's discuss two of Jung's most fascinating ideas: the anima and animus. These archetypes, which stand for the masculine and feminine facets of our mind, greatly influence our interpersonal relationships. Men's inner feminine is called the anima, and women's inner masculine is called the animus. However, Avoid becoming overly fixated on gender. Everyone possesses these symbolic representations, irrespective of one's identity. What is the connection between this and someone living in your head for free? Jung argues that the reason you become obsessed with someone is because they appeal to your anima or animus. Perhaps they bring out aspects of you that you're not entirely conscious of, or they fit your subconscious ideal of a mate. For example, their emotional depth may appeal to you because it reflects a desire you have for your own life. Here's the kicker, though. Attraction isn't everything. You may project an idealized vision of someone, viewing them not as they are, but as your unconscious desires them to be, because the anima, or animus, can occasionally produce illusions, and that may cause some rather perplexing emotions. Gaining an understanding of this dynamic could change everything. It takes attention away from why do I have an obsession with them? What aspect of myself are they arousing? It serves as a reminder that the people we think about most frequently represent the most private aspects of who we are. Before we dive into the next juicy point, can I ask a quick favor? If you're enjoying what you're hearing, show us some love by hitting that like button. And hey, if you want to stay in the loop for our awesome upcoming videos, make sure to hit subscribe and ring the bell so that you will be notified. The notion of projection. This is where things start to get very crazy. According to Jung, a large portion of our feelings for other people are unrelated to them, and anything that has to do with us. We refer to these phenomena as projection. Imagine it as a movie theater in your head. You project your ideas, aspirations, and anxieties onto someone else, making them the center of attention. Let's dissect it. Let's say you respect someone's ambition. In actuality, this could be a trait you already possess but haven't completely recognized, or it could be a trait you wish you had more of. Or perhaps you don't like someone because they remind you of something you're afraid of in yourself, such as being emotionally aloof or too critical. Whatever it is, your unconscious is projecting aspects of your psyche that require attention onto them like a screen. Right now, the hard aspect is that projection feels so real that it's simple to take these sensations for reality. It's possible that you're talking about yourself. When you say that they're fantastic or awful, Jung viewed this as a significant chance for development. When you find yourself fixated on someone, whether they are nice or evil, take a moment to consider what I'm actually seeing here. How does this describe me? You may take back those aspects of yourself and stop letting other people control your ideas by taking responsibility for your projections. Although it's difficult, as Jung stated, everything that annoys us about other people can help us better understand ourselves. Synchronicity. It's not merely a coincidence. Have you ever had someone text you right after you thought of them? Or perhaps you've been considering them for weeks before you unexpectedly run into them. The cosmos seems to be playing games on you or giving you a wink. Jung referred to these phenomena as significant coincidences or synchronicity, and he thought that wasn't a mere coincidence. According to Jung, synchronicity is the connection between events based on meaning rather than cause and effect. Put another way, when your ideas and the things that happen around you coincide in a meaningful way, it's an indication that there's more going on. Perhaps there is a greater invisible force at work that connects your inner and outer worlds, or perhaps your unconscious is so preoccupied with this individual that it is affecting how you perceive the world. The kicker is this, though. Synchronicity is more than just chance. Jung sees it as an exhortation to take action. Take a time to consider why this individual is in your life and what lessons you should take away from it. Do they arouse an unsatisfied feeling, choosing a course you're hesitant to follow? Or perhaps their sole purpose is to serve as a reminder of your own capacity for meaning-making. When a synchronistic event occurs again, do not dismiss it as a coincidence. After all, synchronicity is a constant reality for people with eyes to see, so interpret it as a prompt. from the cosmos or your unconscious to delve deeper. According to Jung, how to decipher your own ideas. Yes, you're probably wondering what you can do about someone who keeps coming to mind now that we've broken down the hypotheses. In addition to being intriguing, Jung's theories are useful resources for developing self-awareness and personal development. To figure out what your mind is actually trying to tell you, follow these 3 steps. Step 1. Reflect. Begin by asking yourself what feelings this individual evokes in you. Do you find their confidence inspiring? Are you annoyed by their lack of interest? Attracted to their spirit of exploration? The first step in figuring out what your sensations mean is identifying them. Step 2. Conduct an analysis. Examine the meaning behind such emotions in more detail. For instance, if their rejection hurts, it can be bringing to light a long-standing issue with self-worth. Or if you like their inventiveness, it could be because you wish you had more of that in your own life. To get to the core of the issue, try writing in a notebook or practicing meditation on these issues. Step 3. Take action. Use these insights to grow. Perhaps it's time to focus on boosting self-confidence, resolving past emotional wounds, or embracing your creative side. Keep in mind that this is about improving yourself, not about changing the other person. You can transform an obsessive mental loop into a roadmap for personal development by deciphering your ideas. Until you make the unconscious conscious, as Jung sagely stated, you will refer to it as fate, and it will guide your life. Therefore, don't let your thoughts to rule you. Take charge of your life and discover what your mind is truly attempting to convey. With each idea and feeling, our minds function as treasure maps that help us discover our true selves. Don't ignore someone who keeps living rent-free in your mind. Consider it a challenge to delve into your unconscious and uncover aspects of yourself you were unaware existed. Our personal development is frequently facilitated by the people who occupy our thoughts. Therefore, inhale deeply, dig in, and uncover the message your mind has been attempting to convey to you. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. Before you go, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Can't wait to catch you in the next video.